then they said the tornado would hit Vera, Ulaga, Talala area at around 9:50, and to take cover. Well, I had never taken cover, ever, in the bathtub. And I thought, this sounds really certain. They have already predicted Westport and Skiatook going to hit. So I opened the cedar closet and took out a blanket and 2 old foam big thick pillows. And I put them in the bathtub. And I kept listening before, I didn't get in. I kept listening, and then when he said it was approaching Ulaga and it would hit at around 9:50 p.m., I got in the bathtub and put the pillows over my head and body because they were long. And then the telephone rang, and I thought it was my husband who was at work at American Airlines. I decided I'd better go answer the phone. It was in the bedroom right next to the bathroom. And I went to answer the phone, and it was a friend calling from Claremore to see how it was doing in Ulaga. And I told her, and she said, well, quick, run back to the tub. So I had barely gotten back into the tub, and I was still listening to the headset. Well, this time it was my sister from Tulsa, and she's very panicky when it comes to storms. And I also told her, I said, Mary, it's supposed to hit in 2 minutes. And I ran back to the tub, and I had this in my pocket, and it jiggled onto a religious station, and a girl was singing, Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. And I just started singing it because I love that song, and I was trying to, like, whistle while you work. I was trying to sing to keep away the fear. And so I sang and got back in the tub.
You did.
And was in the tub and singing when I could hear it coming. And I pressed these into my ears with a pillow over my head, trying to not hear it, but I knew that was it. It was so loud. And I was really even kind of like in a dream saying, is this real? Because I'd heard it, the warnings before, but never heard a tornado like that. And so, of course, I felt the force of it hit the house, and the suction was real great. I was pushing my feet against the end of the tub. And I really remember this thought going through my head that I wonder how bad it will hurt when I go up through the roof. And because you can't imagine, you could hear, so much noise. And then I could hear that it was going on, but glass was still falling and breaking, and the walls were still falling, and boards were falling down. And I stayed in there quite a while. I don't know how long, because I didn't ever look at the clock again. I had my light in the bathroom, and I had my radio. I had my shorts on and clothes on, but I had forgotten to put on my shoes. I had no house shoes in there, or I was barefooted. So I had felt something brush my arm. It felt like someone touched me in the bathtub. And so when I got up to look for my shoes, I was shining the light around, and there was a religious tract that came into the tub, and it was entitled, it had a picture of Jesus, and it said Him. And we found out later that it came in a sack of peanuts that my husband had bought probably a couple of years before. On the side of the road, they'd put this tract in the peanuts, and I don't even know where it was in the house, but the door was shut, but it sucked somehow through the door. It wasn't shut after the tornado, but I started walking on the edge of the everything, but there was glass everywhere. I used my light, but I never did cut my feet. I went to the front door and looked out. Of course, it was gone. Both doors were gone. And I thought, it was getting so bright in here. And it had rained and hailed just terribly hard before. And I looked up and there was no top to the house. That's the first I realized that.
We have seen some of Mother Nature's most incredible acts in this program. Please remember, though, when you're faced with violent weather, the most important thing is to stay safe. Seek shelter immediately. Most of the footage seen in this program was photographed by professionals who are experienced in dealing with these dangerous situations. I truly do not recommend that you try storm chasing on your own. Storm chasing is for professionals only. Don't try it. It's simply too dangerous. Twisters are scary and can be deadly. On the average, 92 Americans die from tornadoes each year. Respect Mother Nature's power, and remember that more people are killed each year by lightning and floods than tornadoes. If tragedy strikes your community, get involved and provide aid and assistance. Perhaps join a volunteer organization like the Red Cross or Neighbor for Neighbor. Donate blood and money. I hope you've enjoyed our program, and remember, stay safe.